Go ahead, Elder Garfield, and you got a couple of minutes.
Brother Berean, how you doing today?
I don't talk to me, man. Just go ahead and talk. I'm muting myself.
Brother Garfield.
What's up, Yarah?
What's going on, man? Let's talk about the Lemba real quick, right?
All right,
so
go ahead.
You just said that they both have either J marker or
the E marker, yeah.
Right? Where would the J come from? How would they have the J marker?
They're basically saying that it's through trade. I don't know if you saw this guy.
No. I'm not talking about trade. I'm talking about physically, genetically. How would they have the J marker?
From Arabs. The J that they have is not the if you don't you don't hold to the CMH model, right? By the scientists. Do you hold to the CMH model that they have?
What I'm asking you is this: when I understand the CMH model, so don't hold there. Why? What I'm asking is
you're
this.
saying that how they got the J marker? They got it from Arabs.
They got it from Arabs.
Yeah.
So did the Ashkenazi Jews or the Koine that actually also carry the J marker? Did they also get it from Arabs?
No. What happened is you could tell by the particular. If you look at the test, right? Hold on. Let me bring this up real quickly. If you look at the test that they gave them. If you read the article, you'll see that the Y chromosome, what happened is they expanded it. They didn't have, in 1996, when they took their DNA originally, they upgraded, they evolved as far as markers of the amount that they have, how they could test and all that stuff. So when they retested that same sample that they had, they noticed that they weren't involved in the same. It's like me and you take a test, right? And you have A, B, C in it, and you have 1, 2, 3. If it has A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3 in it, based off the 8 markers that you have that they could test it with. Now they have over 180 markers. Now you're not even in the ABC 1, 2, 3 anymore. You're just pretty much just ABC alone. But because what happened is they have more samples. So that's why the Lemba fell out of that bracket where they were originally.
Well, actually, you have to show us that because the last test that they did, I believe, was like maybe 2000. I think actually to the Parfit actually reference it. They have not changed that.
Bro, I have the article right here in front of me right now.
Show us the evidence that, and then show us the Ashkenazi Jews today that carry the J marker, that theirs is significantly different or different by any snippet from what you're going to show us right now. Give us a contrast and comparison of what you're saying that proves it.
Okay. All right. So let me just read this for you real carefully. Although 24 individuals, 10 Lemba and 14 South African Jews were identified as having the original CMH, which is the 6 STR, short-term range markers, only one South African Jew harbored the extended CMH. The conclusions, while it was not possible to trace unequivocally the origins of the non-African Y chromosomes in the Lemba and Remba, this study does not support the earlier claims of their Jewish genetic heritage. Meaning, basically, as I said, hold on a second, let me see if I could actually put it on the screen with the old results and how they tested and all that stuff. I don't think I could bring that up right now. But what I'll say is this. This is from 2013. You're talking about, hold on a second. You're talking about something from 1996 to 1999 when they originally did it.
No,
what I am saying is, hold on. The 2013.
I don't see a screen up, brother. I got to walk away, but I don't see a screen up. I'm not sure if you want to.
Let me put it up. Hold on. What happened is anybody could just Google this. The Lemba Revisited. And what happened is this is from October 2013, and this is from Himla Sadal, right? And this is from the South African Medical Journal, the peer review. So it was a peer-reviewed medical article from South Africa. All right. So what they're saying is they're talking about the previous historical, anthropological, and genetic data provided overwhelming support for the Semitic origins of the Lemba, a Bantu-speaking people in South Africa. The objective is to revisit the question concerning genetic affinity between the Lemba and Jews. Methods. Y chromosome variation was examined in 2 Lemba groups, one from South Africa, and for the first time a group from Zimbabwe, the Remba, to re-evaluate the previously reported Jewish link. The results, a sample of 261 males, 76 Lemba, 54 Remba, 43 Venda, and 88 South African Jews, was initially analyzed for 16 biallelic and 6 short tandem repeats, STRs, that resulted in the resolution of 102 STR haplotypes distributed across 13 haplogroups. The non-African component in the Lemba and Remba was estimated to be 73% and 79% respectively. In addition, a subset of 91 individuals, 35 Lemba, 24 Remba, 32 South African Jews with haplogroup J were resolved further using 6 additional biallelic markers and 12 STR to screen for the extended Cohen model haplotype, CMH. Although 24 individuals, 10 Lemba and 14 South African Jews were identified as having the original CMH, 6 STRs, only 1 South African Jew harbored the extended CMH. Conclusions: while it was not possible to trace unequivocally the origins of the non-African Y chromosomes in the Lemba and Remba, this study does not support the earlier claims of their Jewish genetic heritage. So this is an updated research based on the previous research. And that's what I'm trying to tell everybody right now. Don't take my word for it. All you got to do is Google it, get the original article, which is right here, so you could break down the science. So before anybody says, Garfield, you're wrong or right or whatever, I'm telling you what the scientists have said.
Right. So Garfield, I'm going to tell you how you're postulating this is completely incorrect, right? Because I asked you to do something specific, right?
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm going to ask. He never did what I asked him to do, which he never does. He does what he does. He sidesteps. Now watch this.
You win, bro. You know.
Hold on. Watch this.
You was in the lab. You was in the lab, bro.
What I'm asking you is to show us the original CMH haplogroup type and show us the differences in what we see now with the Lemba.
Okay. All right.
That's what I asked you.
No,
what you've never done.
No. I can't do that right now. There's no way I could do that because for one, I don't have the original article. But this research is based off the original one. So this person had that. I don't have to have it. I'm not the scientist in the lab.
You do have to have it if you're postulating. Hold on, Garfield. Hold on, real quick, Garfield. Hold on.
Stop for a minute.
What is the very last statement in this article says? It says they can't determine that.
No.
So why would you come on here? Can I read the article? Can I read it?
While it was not,
I'm going to read the same thing you're reading.
No. It says while it was not possible to trace unequivocally.
What does that mean? What does that mean, Garfield?
Hold on. The origins of the non-African Y chromosomes in the Lemba and Remba. This study does not support the earlier claims of their Jewish genetic history. That means they know it's not from the Jewish genetic heritage.
That's not what they're saying.
Yes, that's what it says. It does not support the earlier claims.
That's not what it says. Hold on, Garfield.
Hold on, Garfield.
We don't have to go there.
Get your ego out.
We don't have to go there, Garfield. We don't have to go there, Garfield.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? Hold on. That's why I remember why. Now I remember why I don't like Elder. He wouldn't just go talk to people. Good. What you saying? I just hear y'all over there holler. I'm trying to. What happened, Garfield? What y'all saying?
Look at this. The conclusions of the research. What happened is they have only 1 South African Jew in the whole research that ended up having the Jewish genetic heritage. Right? Only 1. But look at what the conclusion says. While it was not possible to trace unequivocally, meaning that they don't know for 100% surety what the origins of the non-African Y chromosomes in the Lemba and Remba, this study does not support the earlier claims of their Jewish genetic heritage. It's basically saying it claimed originally they were originally a part of the Jewish genetic heritage. They can't say where the chromosome come from, but they know for a fact it's not part of the Jewish genetic heritage. That's all it's saying. Now they have other scholars that are coming in, scientists, that say that this is how they date it, because based off the time period of when they see this in the genetic makeup of these Lemba people, they said it could have been when they had the trade, the Indian Ocean trade, which was around 9th century AD or 11th century AD and all that stuff. That's in the wider report. All I'm doing is giving you what's called the abstract from Himla Sadial, who is the actual scientist.
He just reading the abstract. That's just the summarizing from the top. Do me a favor. Hold on for a minute, Garfield. Moore wanted to hit on that Lemba thing for a minute. Something bothered him about that. Must be bothering him about that. Go ahead, Moore. I'm walking
a couple of things. Like, so
that's what you said, right? That's something was bothering you about that?
Yeah. So I just want to clarify something about the Lemba, what he was saying about that paper with us. So this is, if you go to Sister East channel, this is actually one of the things I actually debated Kevin G on, was this exact paper, this exact topic about the extended Cohen modal haplotype. So there's a difference between the Cohen modal haplotypes, which there's 21 of them, and the extended Cohen modal haplotype, right? So the extended Cohen modal haplotype, they do just based on JP58, correct? So if you go like just what he just read there, that when there was 10 Lemba that had the original Kohinomoto haplotype, and there was 14 South African Jews that also had it. But when they retested them all with this extended Kohinomoto haplotype, only one out of all of them still had the JP58, right? So that meant that 99.9% of the South African Jews and 100% of the Lemba Jews all got genetically annihilated from being Jews based upon the extended Kohinomoto haplotype. So if you extrapolate that to all other Jews, it's a genetic annihilation on all of them. That's why nobody uses the extended Kohinomoto haplotype. All of the genetic companies, like the DNA companies, they use the Kohinomoto haplotype, right? Which is not the extended Kohinomoto haplotype. I just wanted to clear that up for everyone. So they're not the same. This study is not saying that the Lemba aren't Jews based upon the genetics. It says if you use the extended Kohinomoto haplotype as the basis, they're not. But if you use that same extended Kohinomoto haplotype, 99% of all other Jews are also not Jews. Hence, no one uses it.
Good point. Now that's a sensible argument. But why do you think more that they use the extended one?
They don't use the extended. So again, that's what I'm saying to you. They don't, because it'd be a genetic annihilation of all other Jews. Because just like you read here, it was 10 Lemba, 14 South African Jews. And again, it was only one out of all of them that got tested that you're talking about had that extended Kohinomoto haplotype. That was a new thing they came up with this study, and they were seeing how does it work when you test it out on certain people, right? And they used the Lemba and they used the South African people as a control group.
But why would
Orthodox Moor?
Hold on a second. So so there's one South African Jew out of the 10 that still had it.
14.
No, I'm saying one out of the original. Hold on a second. So you have
14. It's right there. 10 Lemba, 14 South Africa.
Right.
It's right there. It's right.
So there's one person. There's one South African Jew that actually had it. So it didn't wipe them all out then.
Right. That's why I said 99.99%, right?
Interesting.
So 13 out of 14 don't have it. What's the percentages on that, Garfield?
That's less than one. That's about 1%. Less than 1%.
Yeah. Hence, no one uses the extended Kohinomoto haplotype. That's why all genetic companies use the Kohinomoto haplotypes. When they say you're a Jew, blah blah blah, they use the extended Kohinomoto. And again, there's 21 of they start with the J, but again, the Kohinomoto haplotype stuff. It's all based upon the Jews that say that they're Kohins, and then they test their Y DNA, right? So right now it's a 21 haplotypes, right? If you actually use the Lemba, and if you go further in the study, you just got the abstract. This isn't the full study, but if you actually go into the full study, it shows that the Lemba have like 14 different haplogroups amongst the Buba clan, including E1B1A. They have 3 different E's. They have E1B1B, EM40, and EM2. So if you actually include all of the haplotypes, there's 32 or 33 different Kohinomoto haplotypes.
Do me a favor, more read the screen for you. Just help Sadansi out.
Where are they getting the original Jewish DNA? Like, did they get it from corpses in Israeli caves? No. Again, so what they did, family, is it's all based upon assumption, based upon the people that they assume to be Levites of all different types of Jewry, right? Originally started with like Germanic Jewry, but again, it expanded to all of them, which is why they have now the 21 different Kohinomoto haplotypes. It's just the people that they said were priests. They got their Y DNA and said this is the best shot to figure out who's going to be the Jews if we're going to go by the priest or whatnot, right? And so they got the original Kohinomoto haplotype of the J being like the most common one that they could find amongst the Jews in Europe, etc. Whatnot. However, but this is what I'm saying, like if you keep using that Kohinomoto haplotype model, you have to keep expanding it to include all the different priestly classes that you find. So if the Lemba are also Jews, you have to include all the different haplogroups from their priestly class, which also includes the E1B1A, etc. That's why I say this stuff is really important to actually slow down and sift through.
All right,
no, it's not a lie. It's an assumption. It's an assumption. It's not a lie. It's an assumption.
Hey, Berean, I got a quick question.
It's basically hold on. How they get the DNA for these people? Basically, they look at the oral traditions of people around the world and look at their traditions and their histories. Like if you have the Moroccan Jews and say you have the Maghrebi Jews, you have all these different Jewish people, and they basically tested them. Anybody who had a community, like the Algerian community, the Tunisian Jews, the Djerba Jews, all these people, all of them just happen to have the J marker. So that's pretty much what they do. But with what Moore just said, I'll definitely look more into that and see where they're coming from with that. Because one person ended up with it. I mean, who knows? Who knows? They might be right either way, but it is what it is.
Asha Higgins has a question for, I think, either Moore or Garfield. They say how. The question is, who and where are the descendants of Edom, the brothers of Jacob, with the same DNA? Can any of you speak to that?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if you go check out Dana Marnichi's channel, Dana Marnichi Reynolds, I believe it's Mount Meru Music and something else. I'll post the videos up on my channel and share the videos and whatnot. She did a 4-part series about the current descendants of Esau being in Southern Arabia and East Africa. So yeah, looking as melanated as you, me, Garfield, Berean, all that.
Say that again. Oh, you're talking about what's her name? That lady. Okay.
Yeah, from Golden Age of the Moor, she wrote another book, etc. That's about the Arabian origin of the Bible, etc. Yeah, no, she's got some very interesting work, and she's very cutting edge with her stuff.
Okay,
you know what she.
No, Elder wanted to say something before Garfield get out of here. Before y'all get out of here, you wanted to say something to him?
Oh no, I'm good with Garfield. Me and Garfield been talking for 2 days straight. But Berean, I'm hurt, man. You don't like me, bro?
No, not really. But I'm trying to see if you will grow on me. But I don't know. Don't look like it's working.
I'll grow on you, but it ain't gonna feel good.
It's okay. God is, God will deal with my heart. I ain't perfect.
I got to get you off that idol worship, though. We be all right.
Come back in 2 hours when I deal with that paganism. Go get your mind right. Come back later on. Let me get rid of him. All right. I don't want to run. I don't want this to run straight into that other one from later on. Tell them whatever you got going on. You got anything coming up, Garfield?
Yeah, we got a debate Saturday between Pastor Bennett and brother Chris from Team Osiris. Yeah, talking about is Christianity, the white man's religion. I got a presentation on Sunday. It's about actually a review of Captain Katazar from ISUPK, his presentation on the 12 tribes. I'm going to actually address that, and we got some more stuff coming up, but I'll definitely let you know.
Okay, thank you, man. Appreciate having you on.
Can I ask Garfield a quick question before we both go?
Yes, sir.
I am.
Just an if question.
You know that's what he was getting ready to ask you, Garfield.
I am R, and what? No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
Bro, I seen your DNA, bro. I know like your EU something like EM290. Yeah, anyway, 293, something like that. Anyway, like so if like air quotes, if I'm correct about how they get the Cohen modal haplotype, about how they extract it they get it from the different people, saying they're Cohens, etc. And they got 21 different ones based upon the different YDNAs of the different lineages of the different Cohens and whatnot. Do you think it's fair that they should also include the different haplotypes of the Lemba to that list?
No.
Why would that? Why not?
No, because you see, the problem is this is the problem that a lot of people run into, right? I'm with y'all if he's Israelite. I'm with y'all, but the issue is when you look at the genetic markers that we find in the Levant, going back to the 37 to the 600 BC, you don't find a predominant E marker there. I know a lot of people say, well, the J came in and they pushed out the E, but if those are the people that they find in the Levant during the time when the Israelites lived there, then I would generally think, which is what most scientists think, that those people who lived in the Levant more than likely had the J marker and not the E1B1B.
Okay, let me clarify.
If they did have E1B1B, but if they test the Lemba, the issue that I have with the Lemba now is that where did that J marker enter into that line, that down line? Is it past 9th century AD? If it's past 9th century AD and it goes all the way back, then we have an argument because they could tell when it actually entered into the
right.
That's why. Hold on. When I had Tudor Parfit on, I said to him, well, there's other people that said that the Lemba though, because he wants to push this whole that they have the thing there, the Ark of the Covenant, and then I interrupted and I said other people don't say that, and then I brought the guy on 2 weeks later who lives in Zimbabwe, and he started explaining how the Arabs, they have a history of the Arabs, the oral tradition of the Arabs coming in and sleeping with the women around the 9th century, around that time when the Arabs were big time. So that's why I'm more leaning towards that side, not because I hate the Israelites or I don't want them to be Israel. But the fact of the matter is, if we could tell when that J came in, it ends the conversation. But I definitely look into it.
Right. Hold on. The question wasn't about the J. Like, so you and I both agree. We've talked about this before. Like, we agree that if you're going to claim descendancy from the Lemba, that you should have a haplogroup that lines up with them. Correct.
Right. So you're saying that the E should be included because in the studies, some Lembas have E and some have J. So you're saying that overall they should include them.
I'm saying all their Y DNAs from the Booba clan. Like, so if they have 14 different ones, like from again, they got all kinds. They got like 4 or 5 different J's. They got 3 different E's. They got T. They even got F. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they got so many different haplogroups. It's crazy. Showing a mixed like the conversion and mixed multitude concept, like you keep talking about, right? And so based upon that, like, so they even have like, in the current list of Koinomoto haplotypes, E1B1B, like the EM35 is already there, right? And so like for instance, the Lemba have EM35 and they also have J. Wherever you see like the Jewish populations, like you see like E and J, sometimes R, etc. But at least you'll always see E and J, right? The E1B1B and the J somewhere, right? So they have that plus the other stuff that goes along with it, right? What I'm saying is, so twofold. Like, so if you're going to be fair about the Koinomoto haplotype and how you expand the system, if the Lemba are Jews, if they are air quote Jews, wouldn't it be fair to also extend the Koinomoto haplotypes to include all their 14 different haplogroups, including the T, including the other J's, including the EM40, including the E1B1B, but at the same point in time, if you're American, right, trying to claim that your descendancy, you have a descendancy from the Lemba, like, so their E1B1B is particular, right? So you understand, like East Africa, Central Africa, West Africa, they have different E1B1As, excuse me. They're particular. Even Ethiopia, so like they have a specific E1B1A to Ethiopia that no other people have, which is just Ethiopians, right? So if you're going to claim descendancy from the Lemba, you're going to have to claim descendancy paternally from one of those E1B1As that they have, right? Or like EM40 or they might have like the E1B1B that Dante has, right? So this is the thing about the test that you were talking about. It was like there was a 6 SDR test and a 12 SDR test or whatnot. If you go higher on the SDR count, you'll be able to, like you're talking about, one of the best people to go to is 23andMe. They have a really strict high SDR count. And so like when Dante took that test, he was found out to be a subclade of EM35, right? So they didn't do a specific enough test to find out what clade of E1B1B the Lemba actually have. So he can't. We're still like in a gray area on that one, right? But we can get even more particular with the E1B1A, right? Like, because again, there's more than one type of E1B1A. There's a bunch of them. Like, so if you don't have the one that the Lemba have, you can't really claim the direct descendancy from that. Would you agree with that as well?
Very good point. That's a very good point. And please tell Sister E when you speak to her that they're testing only the men with the Lemba. That's only the men, not the woman, because she says she's Lemba, as if that would say, hey, she's Jewish or whatever. But just remember that it was the men that they tested. They never tested the woman. That's very important. But let me ask you one question before I leave.
I'm going to put both.
Oh, you didn't
get together. Go ahead.
You didn't say it was going to be fair.
I'll get back to
you. Fair. Hold on. You didn't say it was going to be fair to expand the Koinomoto haplogroup list to include the Lemba. You weren't clear on
that. Nah. I wouldn't.
Okay, I got you. You're saying no. Go ahead. Ask your question. Go ahead. You don't support that.
Let me ask you this: If Esau and Jacob were twins, wouldn't Esau and Jacob have the same Y DNA marker? If they have the same mother and father?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. So that's for the crazy.
So this is where, like, if you're looking at an ancient population, this is where the women become really important because they would have different mitochondrial, like, so their descendants would have different mitochondrial DNA, right? Like, so the Edomites, like Esau intermarries with Ishmael's daughter and whatnot, right? So Ishmael got married off to an Egyptian woman and whatnot, right? So the Edomites would have like their like in a base population, the first set would have the same the male DNA as the Israelites, but they would have Egyptian mitochondrial DNA as the base, right? Whereas in Sarah,
you're saying from Esau, you're saying that Esau and Jacob would have the same Y and MT DNA marker because they had the same mother and father,
but their children would have
children. The children going down the line would change because of the mother.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got you. Anyway,
and this is what I think a lot of the women get out of the DNA conversation.
Hold on. Orthodox Moor. Hey, brother Berean, thanks for having me on. Leo, peace and love. Orthodox Moor, one love to you. And,
you got it.
Elder Yarah with your crazy self. Peace and love.
Shout out to Yarah, man. That's my name.
No, I'm done. I'm done with him. All right, man. All right, peace, brothers. All right.